What's up, cubers? My name's Kenneth. Today I'm going to talk about the RotoPrism puzzles from David Pitcher. And if you missed my last video, I did an unboxing video of all these Pitcher puzzles, and he sent them to me to show you guys. He's letting me borrow them, so I do have to send them back. But anyway, I've now solved them all, so I'm going to kind of go individually and show you guys these puzzles now that you know a little bit more about them. So these are the RotoPrism puzzles. This one is the RotoPrism 2 Peekaboo, and this is the RotoPrism 3. And these are very cool, unique puzzles. They're actually kind of equivalent puzzles. So once I learned how to solve this one, this puzzle solved identically. And it pretty much is the same puzzle, except for this one obviously has these peekaboo pieces where you can see the pieces through these kind of little peekaboo holes. And you can solve the kind of outer pieces, but that doesn't mean you're going to solve the inner ones. So anyway, it makes it for a unique puzzle. I did do a video on the RotoPrism 2, which is basically this puzzle without the holes in it. And that is a really cool puzzle. It's one of my favorite puzzles I ever solved, and I made a tutorial video on it even. And I actually had to watch the tutorial to remember how to solve it. And so anyway, I remembered how to solve the RotoPrism 2, but obviously I then needed to solve the inner pieces. So anyway, using this puzzle, I was able to kind of learn how these pieces move a little bit, which made this puzzle easier. So let me show you kind of how they're equivalent. So the way we're looking at it right now, you can see we have these kind of two square pieces. That's equivalent to these two square pieces. And then this puzzle has these kind of edge pieces right here and here. And that's equivalent to these little edge pieces in the peekaboo pieces, I guess, the peekaboo pieces. And then this edge piece over here, you can see, is equivalent to the edge piece in that peekaboo piece. You can see this one also has an edge piece here that you don't see on this face, but that's because it's hidden in this peekaboo. So it makes it a little challenging to kind of find that piece a little bit in the peekaboo version. The other difference is the center pieces. So these three center pieces are not equivalent to these three center pieces. In fact, there is no equivalent connection between this piece. So this puzzle doesn't have these square center pieces, and this puzzle doesn't have these triangular pieces. So let me show you what I mean. So I can first, let's turn a layer 180 degrees so we have four squares. We can put that on the left. We'll do that the same here. So we have these four squares, 1, 2, 3, 4, facing to the left. So now we're kind of in the same position. I can then turn this layer 90 degrees. I'll do the same here, turn that one 90 degrees. And you can see the triangle, when I did that, came up with it. But when I did that here, this centerpiece stays. So anyway, that's how the puzzles are a little bit different, but they solve pretty much identically. These centers have no orientation, so that doesn't really make a difference. Where these triangles do have an orientation. If they're twisted, you have to make sure they're twisted properly. So anyway, that's the only difference between the two puzzles, but they solve pretty much identically. So now I'm going to kind of show how these puzzles scramble. It's very unique. It's not like any other puzzle. First, you have to do a 180-degree turn like that so you can get four squares on one side. And we'll do that with both puzzles. So you got four squares on one side. So now that unlocks this puzzle. So now you can do a 180-degree turn followed by maybe a 90-degree turn and then maybe another 90-degree turn. And you can see now it's getting very scrambled. So this one's all scrambled up. This one, same thing. So once I've done that first 180-degree turn and I've got four squares on one side, now I can turn this side 90 degrees, followed by 180-degree turns like this. And so this is how it scrambles. You can see this one is a little bit stiffer, but it's very solid, and I'm not that worried about breaking it. Where this one is a little more delicate, and it turns a little smoother. This one does every once in a while kind of catch and kind of lock up a little bit, but you just got to give it a little wiggle. You got to be a little careful with it, and it does a good job. So anyway, I think it's a really cool puzzle. Once you've scrambled it up, this one takes a little more to scramble. So as we were scrambling it, you can see these edges and these edges never got kind of broken up. So you have to do another 180-degree turn like this, and then kind of do another one. So now I have these four corners, and now I can break up these edges over here. So anyway, it makes for a really an interesting solving and scrambling, and it really is a unique puzzle, unlike anything else I've ever seen. So solving these puzzles, it's pretty challenging, I have to say, but I think they're really fun and they're really exciting to learn how to solve them. I would definitely recommend these puzzles. I think they're both great. I don't know which one I like more. I think I like this one maybe a little more because it has the deeper than origin twists, which I think is cool. So like on this one, when you turn this outer layer here, like 90 degrees, it's turning right through the origin of the puzzle. Where on this one, when you turn it, it's turning deeper than the origin, and you're turning the bulk of the puzzle, which is really unique, and I've never really seen that on any puzzle except for the RotoPrism 2, and I think it's a really cool feature of the puzzle. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I think these are great puzzles. Definitely check them out if you're interested in a one-of-a-kind 3D printed puzzle, and I really think it would be cool if they'd be mass-produced. I know the mechanism of this puzzle specifically is really a kind of intricate, and it'd probably be hard to make a mold for. I showed the RotoPrism 2 mechanism in a previous video years ago, and it's just really bizarre. It's kind of like an onion-shaped kind of mechanism. So anyway, I think it's really cool. It's very interesting. Maybe it's something you can only make 3D printed. I'm not sure, but anyway, I think they're great puzzles. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks guys for watching, and of course, have a great day.